Shalom, family trendsetter. All praises be to the Most High Power Hashem for allowing us to see another day. I'm driving a bigger vehicle today, so you might hear more noise than usual. Now, I want to piggyback on a story I was telling y'all about yesterday, where you had these Neanderthal hybrid psychopath broke into a woman's home, allegedly trying to arrest suspected drug dealer that allegedly supposedly reside there. And I'm trying to take my time with this shit, because when I'm upset, I have a tendency to struggle for words and shit because of my Jamaican dialect, right? So the backstory is this. According to the news, the lying news, fake news, like yo commanding thief Trump like to say, they're saying that 3 officers went to do a bust. They went to the woman's home, the beautiful black woman's home, law-abiding citizen, first responder, who is responsible for saving lives. These fucking hybrids went to her home to serve a warrant or whatever, make an arrest. According to the fake news, they announced themselves as officers, plain clothes officers. And when they did that, they broke in the door. So you know how these trigger happy psychopaths, they just like to police and then break the shit down. That's not enough time, or not enough, you know what I'm saying? What's that word I want to use? Notice and shit before you commence to break down. Now, I noticed when I used to watch like crime shows and shit. I mean, not even crime show, crime documentary. When they go to make an arrest at a white boy's house, they always make announcement. Oftentimes, they know the person's name and shit. They give them 20 minutes to get their shit together. You know what I'm saying? Before they break the door down, they always give them time. But when it comes to black folks, and I'm gonna use the word nigga in this case, you know, nigga meaning black, not in a derogatory term. With us, we don't get it. We don't get that much notice and shit, right? So they, according to the fake news, they announced themselves, then broke in the door, and the woman's boyfriend, he was armed, legally armed, licensed. He was licensed to carry a firearm, legally. Law-abiding citizen that was, you know, legally obtain a firearm. And I'm trying to go slow and shit. I'm trying to make, you know, paint a picture and shit for y'all, right? So just bear with me. I'm trying to be articulate, because I'm not an articulate brother. I'm not a well-educated motherfucker. I'm educated by the street and common sense. But anyway, so when they did that, you know, the man, you know, the protector of the home, his instincts kicked in. He got his gun. And, you know, he hear a motherfucker breaking his door down. He start busting shot at the door, because at the end of the day, in the time we're living in, right, with all the lynching going on and shit, we don't know if the KKK is on the move again. We don't know if even one of our people was coming to do some harm. You in the house, just picture this shit, right, family? You in the house with your wife and kids sleeping. Let's say you don't even have kids, but you in your dwelling. You're a law-abiding citizen getting some rest so you can go to work and shit, going to slave the next day, right? And you hear somebody breaking down your door. Now, you know when they ram that door, that shit is not like a knock. That's a ram. That's a ram for your ass. You're going to hear a ram. So, you hear a big old ram. Hold on, fam. You hear a big old ram, you know, somebody breaking down your damn door, and you got a gun. Your instinct is going to you know, you're going to react with an instinct of, like, defending your motherfucking castle. Because that's the purpose of you having a gun, to defend your dwelling. The castle doctrine says you have the right to protect your motherfucking dwelling. If somebody breaking down your house, I don't give a fuck who it is. Could be Trump breaking down my house. If that nigga breaking down my motherfucking house and I know I ain't commit no crime, I don't care what excuse you have, what mistakes you made, because that's what they're saying. It was a mistake. They went to the wrong house. Then you got what you deserve. So now, family, right? Now what they trying to do, they trying to press charge against homeboy, saying that he press charge for attempted murder there, because one of the officers got shot. So you telling me, right? These Neanderthal psychopaths decide they're going to break in somebody's home, the wrong home, mind you, because the dude that they allegedly came to get was already in custody and shit. So what was really going on? These low IQ dumbasses, they fucked up because they didn't take the test or didn't score good on the high IQ test, and because they decided to hire them anyway because they're mercenary. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fucking police officers, these are ex-military. A lot of y'all don't know that. That's why they always like to shoot us, because they're programmed. They're like trained assassin family. Y'all don't understand. Police officers, ex-military police, well, Ex-military police officers are trained fucking assassins. That's why a lot of times when they go on, go on a job or whatever, or go on a hit or whatever, in this case, alleged drug bust, they go with intent to take out the enemy. You know what I'm saying? So my man, doing what he's supposed to do, defending his castle, and now they want to press attempted murder charge. So I want to ask y'all this question, white people. Let's put the shoes on the other foot real quick, right? Then bear with me, because I am upset, and when I'm upset, I stumble for words, like I said. So let's just say you as a white person with your family, law-abiding citizen, able to carry a gun, a licensed gun to protect your dwelling, to protect your home and your cavelings and shit, right? And you're in your bed sleeping, and you hear the door breaking in, and you happen to see through the window that there's 3 niggas. I'm gonna use the word niggas, because see, when you use the word niggas, they get a reaction from it, like, oh my god, niggas, squirrel, when that dog sees squirrel and shit, they chase a squirrel. So let's just talk about the fact that these are niggas breaking in your door, announcing themselves a police officer. You got your cave bitch and the cavelings in the house and shit, right? And all of a sudden you hear police officer, and you hear a black voice talk about police officer breaking in your shit, and your husband got his gun. What is your husband gonna do? What is this your husband supposed to do? I'm asking you, caver. You know what I'm saying? What is your husband supposed to? Isn't he supposed to defend you by all means necessary to protect you and your little cavelings? Absolutely. So what is the brother supposed to do? Just allow anybody to announce himself and break into shit? Probably just said the shit once. Nah, he didn't give him enough time to look through the people to see exactly who the fuck they really are. Which of course they're gonna say, well, how could you have given, people gonna defend shit? They're gonna say, well, how could they have given them enough time for them to go arm themselves and shoot at the police? Well, guess what? He shot at the police, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you something straight up, right? Check this out, right? You wanna hear a secret? If anybody come to my fucking house, black, white, president, government, anybody come to my motherfucking house unannounced and talk about they're gonna break in my shit. If I know I'm a law-abiding citizen, I'm going to work every day. I'm going to work and shit. You know what I'm saying? Following the rules and regulations of this planet, this prison planet, right? And I'm in my dwelling, and I'm legally armed to protect my family. And I hear somebody breaking down my door. It ain't gonna be no attempted murder charge on my ass, because that motherfucker gonna be gotten. Because see, family, the problem is this, right? I know a lot of us are waking up. A lot of us are starting to realize that this peaceful protest shit is not working. You know what I'm saying? Can't bring motherfucking sign to a gunfight or a Bible to a gunfight. And a lot of us are waking up. A lot of us are starting to realize, man, listen, we're gonna have to start fighting fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. But you do have some dumbass Christians out there, black Christians, right? And that religion called Christianity, I could talk about it, because guess what? I'm a Christian. Fuck it, I'm a Christian. So I could talk about Christianity. And I'm a Jew, and I can talk about Judaism, because I'm a motherfucking Jew. Because all it is religion. All it is a title that you can associate yourself to. So I can talk about both, because I'm talking about myself in this video. So we, all right, I'm gonna use the word we as being Christians, dumb fucking followers of a nigga that we have never seen, ain't saving nobody, right? Because we are taught to forgive and turn the other cheek. Many of y'all are probably gonna say, well, it was an innocent mistake. They didn't mean to do it, and we supposed to forgive. So the lady is gone. The lady is gone. She picked up 8 shots. She's no longer here. Beautiful young lady, right? Picked up 8 shots, no longer here. And we supposed to just dismiss it as, oh, well, it was a mistake. A mistake? A mistake? So you're not supposed to deal with the consequences when you make a motherfucking mistake? So if you go out there and have sex with a shorty, that's like a you know what I'm saying, known for having sex with others around the block, right? And you pick up something, HIV or some kind of disease. Now, that's a mistake, of course. That's a mistake. You made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have fucked shorty. But guess what? Now you got to deal with the consequences that come with the mistakes. So if you got these Neanderthal dogs, right, busting into a home, and he get picked off, right? The same fucking way they made a mistake by going to the wrong apartment is the same way my man made a mistake because he didn't know who the fuck was breaking down his door. So the same way y'all want us to excuse them, is the same way they need to excuse him, because he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't come outside of his house shooting at them and shit. They came into his shit. And for the record, if anybody come into my house, nigga, and talk about your police, I don't give a fuck. If I ain't doing nothing for police to be coming to my house, listen, and I'm legally licensed to carry a firearm, you're gonna be dealt with. I will deal with the consequences later. Fuck it, I will deal with it later. I get my lawyer to sort this shit out, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't be an attempted murder. Because see, the problem is this, family, they can do it, but we can. You know what I'm saying? 3 niggas can't break down a white woman's door and go gun her down in her motherfucking house, even if they're officers, even if it was a mistake, and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So they shouldn't get away with it. And it's time, family, it's time for us to start getting the fuck up, get out of that little passive mentality, because see, the Most High allowed y'all to close, well, the Most High allowed these churches to be closed. So they can't preach and brainwash y'all with this Christian white man's doctrine anymore, to turn the other cheek and love your enemy and shit and obey your earthly master. So by now, for the couple of weeks that y'all haven't been brainwashed, y'all should be good. So it's time for us now to start fighting fire with fucking fire. You know what I mean? You can't be forgiving somebody when them take your loved one's life. You got niggas hugging fucking murderous Neanderthal psychopaths, hugging them after justice supposedly was served. Wouldn't be surprised if this bitch is not even out and they saying she's locked up. Then you got this race trader judge coming down. You know, a judge is supposed to be like neutral and shit. You ain't supposed to be fucking coming down and hugging a defendant that was sentenced and shit for the crime that she committed. This bitch came down and she's a bitch, a black sellout bitch. I said it. You know what I'm saying? Came down and hugged a motherfucking murderer. You don't see no judge hugging no first-time black offender when they're sentenced to 25 years and shit for stealing a motherfucking pocketbook or stealing a book bag, shoplifting a book bag like that woman did and shit. This one lady got fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the judge, talk about, we're gonna set an example. Always when it comes to niggas, an example is set. You got this bitch coming down, this judge bitch, right? Coming down after this dumbass, coon ass Christian hugging the killer, the murderer of his brother. Then you got another judge, a black judge, following suit. This is why, man, I'm telling you, I cannot wait until the Most High come and destroy 230 you niggas, man. All y'all niggas deserve death by the Most High. You know, you killing one another and shit. When you got the oppressor out there gunning us down, the real motherfucking enemy. Niggas killing niggas over beef, over what a nigga say to him or how he looked at him and shit. I was watching a video yesterday, where in Chicago, I mean, I don't even want to talk about this shit because I hate talking about my black people. You know what I'm saying? Even when they do dumb shit. But you know, the real fucking enemy, you don't have the gangsterism for. When I used to do my thing back in the days and shit, when I used to be a protector, they would call it a gang. You know, we ain't going around selling drugs. I didn't go around selling no motherfucking drugs to my people. Now, if they want some weed and shit, yeah, you can get some weed because it's legalized now. But back then it was, illegal. So if you want to get some weed to soothe your nerves, yeah, come see me. I got you. You know what I mean? But I never sell no crack cocaine, no motherfucking heroin and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? To my people. I've never done that shit. It was something that, despite how tempted I was to do so, family, it was a lot of morals in me for me to realize that this shit is a drug that the white man created to destroy the black community. So I stuck to selling weed. Fuck it. I stuck to selling weed. You know what I mean? Because I knew that at least the shit is natural, came from the ground. When it's cultivated, I know ain't no chemicals and shit added to this shit. It was natural. Natural motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Natural high. That's what they call it. Natural high. That shit was named Natural High. Okay? But now they it's legal, to sell weed because now they could profit off this shit. But when we was doing this shit, it was a crime. You feel what I'm saying, family? So we need to start realizing we got. Stop pimping out the women in your community. You know what I'm saying? Stop disrespecting the women, having them do immoral stuff to you because they're strung out on drugs. Because a lot of y'all niggas are some nasty motherfuckers, man. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I put a curse on every last one of you niggas that's out there destroying the daughters of Zion. I put a curse, a Hebrew curse on y'all. I hope that y'all face death soon enough. Because if you're not going to be about building up the community and shit instead of destroying it, all y'all motherfuckers deserve death. That's why sometimes, I'm gonna kid you not, I hate to say this shit, I'm gonna say it anyway. Sometimes when I see some of these niggas be getting gunned the fuck down, I don't feel sorry for them at all. I don't. The only thought come to my mind is that, well, there go a judgment being served from the Most High. Because when you meet death, it's a judgment. Because see, I don't believe that, you know, it ends after you die. That's why I don't fear the body being taken out. A lot of y'all don't want to face death. You know, yeah, you can kill the body, nigga, but you can't kill the soul and the spirit. So I you know, with me, I look at death differently. So that nigga that got struck down or gunned down by a mercenary devil, maybe for some shit that he did that he might have forgot about, but the Most High didn't, and the Most High decided to bring forth judgment because it said judgment start in the house of Yasharal, right? I don't feel no way. But back in the days, I used to feel some type of way. The only time I feel away when the Neanderthal mercenary devil get away with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time I feel some type of, but I don't feel no way no more. I really don't. Whenever I hear somebody losing their life, I really don't. Now, I know if my family member, right, I guess I'm gonna be a hypocrite in this case, because if I'm in my house and my family members in their house and when these motherfuckers come out and do what they do unjustly and shit, take their lives, yeah, I'm gonna attribute it to judgment on that family member, but I'm gonna take judgment too. I'm gonna carry out judgment on that motherfucker. Because see, if that person did it, you know what I'm saying, unlawfully, and it was a racist act, or, you know what I'm saying, it was one of those white supremacist moves, then I gotta make a black move on your ass. So yes, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, well, you know, it's good for them, it's not good for my family. Because when my family meets death too, it's gonna be a judgment. And so far, so good. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really has met that kind of demise. My uncle died the other day, March 31st, from the so-called coronavirus, which is a lie. The man was old. The man went in and they killed him and shit. Incubated him and killed him. Probably suffocated the man with a pillow. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the fuck they do now. They're killing people. But family, just think about what I said. How would y'all feel, right, if you in your house with your wife or your kids or your girlfriend, whoever, and somebody, police, and just break your door in? And you got a weapon on you, what would you do? Wouldn't you try to defend, especially the time we're living in, knowing that these white supremacists going, you know, these domestic terrorists going rogue and shit, or going wild? You know what I'm saying? Domestic terrorists going wild and shit. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you defend your family? I know I would, and I know I will. You feel me? I don't give a fuck. It could be Donald Trump voice at the door. What are you doing at my door? You belong in the White House, motherfucker. You at the wrong residence. I don't sell drugs, so I have all right to defend myself, and I will. I will defend myself to the death. I don't give a fuck, because I don't fear death. Because when you release the body, we release the spirit from this body and shit, the spirit is actually free from this hellish condition that we live in. This is a prison fucking planet that we live in. A lot of y'all don't realize this shit. We're fallen angels. I keep telling y'all this shit. Fallen fucking angels living on this prison planet. Nobody ever seen God. Nobody ever heard from God. You can't hear from God in a fucking book, because I've never seen God sign these Bibles that we're reading, talk about this is the word of God. The what they say, what? The infallible word of God. Get the fuck out of here. It's the infallible word of man. Man wrote that shit. Our record is in that book. Our record is in that book. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and all of that. That ain't a motherfucking Hebrew name, nigga. That's a white person name. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Your last name that you have is your slave master name. Did you know that? If you're not from the continent of Africa and got a name like Hunkanta or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Johnson, Smith, and all that, that's your slave master name, stupid. And they gave you a slave book with their fucking information in it. Little bit of ours. The only part they messed up is when they put the law, statutes, and commandments telling us how we need to serve our power. Because the shit make a lot of sense to me. All that extra shit, blood sacrifice and feast days and all, I ain't doing none of that shit. You know why? Because I'm in the land of the captivity. And if the Jewish people is doing it, the synagogue of Satan, according to Revelation 2:9 and 3:9, why would I do the same thing? See how dumb y'all are? Y'all don't realize y'all been duped. And that's why no matter how much feast days y'all do, sacrificing these so-called lambs that y'all buy at the store, y'all don't even sacrifice your shit. Y'all buying lamb at the store that got hormones in it. That's supposed to be unblemished. That's supposed to be something that you raise. The Leviticus priest is the one supposed to present the sacrifice to the Most High. Where's your Leviticus priest in your household? Where's your Leviticus priest in the ghetto and shit? Y'all niggas need to wake up, man. I don't want to go hard on y'all because I love y'all to death. But some of y'all will do some dumb shit and don't even realize it. Shalom.